Hello, welcome to Homework Help with Mr. Frankie. We're going to be solving equations. So, taking a look at this document here, we can tell that a lot of my students got numbers 1 through 10 totally right. But then when we hit number 11 and 12, that's when things got a little tricky. Let's zoom in on those. So, when solving 4x plus 8 equals 32, one of our strategies for this is to draw a line down the middle, and our goal is to isolate the x, to get it by itself. So whatever we see with the x on the left side, we have a plus 8, we have to undo that operation. To undo it, we want to subtract 8. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. So we'll also subtract 8 from this side. 8 minus 8 equals 0. We bring down the 4x, and we get 4x equals 32 minus 8 equals 24. And now is the easy part. We can do 4 divided by 4 is 1x, and 24 divided by 4, because we do it to both sides, would be 6. So we get x equals 6. Now that wasn't so bad, but it's when we get to number 12 that things get a little tricky. So in this one first, what we need to do is combine like terms. I'll write that up here. Combine like terms. It's so hard drawing with my finger. I'm so slow. Okay, so we're combining like terms first. And as I can see here, we have a negative 6x and a positive 7x. So if we have 6 negatives, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have 7 positives, 1, 2, 3, oops, let me undo that.
2 times 9 equals 18.
Oh dear, what's going on? Oh dear. Okay, coming back after some technical difficulties, let's try this again. So we said we wanted to, for number 12 to combine like terms. So we have this side here, and we have a negative 6x and a positive 7x, and what I was trying to show a minute ago was that there are 6 negatives. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are 7 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For every negative that we have and every positive, they cancel out. So that's done. That cancels, this cancels, this cancels, this cancels, and this cancels. So what we're left with is 1 positive. That's how we know when we combine like terms if we do it correctly. So when we combine these, we get positive 1x, and we're going to bring everything down, equals negative 15 and minus 9. And now what we have to do is we have to isolate the variable, so we're going to have to move the 9 to the other side. And to move it, we find zeros. So these make a 0, and what we do to one side, we do to the other. Negative 15 plus 9 equals negative 6. You'll notice that the 15 is bigger than 9, and since it's negative, our final answer is going to have a negative. So we have negative 6 equals 1x, or another way we could say that is x equals negative 6. This is our final answer. Let's try another example. Number 13 here. Notice my strategy. I draw a line down. This is to show that there are 2 sides to the equation. We want to keep it balanced. We're going to combine like terms. That's the negative 4x and x. When we hold the sign, this becomes negative 3x. I'm going to bring everything else down. Negative 7 equals negative 4. So now we have the x's combined. Now we have to isolate the x. So what we need to do is add 7 to both sides. So we'll add 7 to this side. This makes a 0. Bring everything else down. Negative 3x equals 3. What times negative 3 equals positive 3? Well, that's going to be negative 1. We can show that by dividing both sides by negative 3. Negative 3 divided by negative 3. Negative divided by another negative becomes positive. It's a weird thing to think about, but it's true. And negative 3 divided by, or 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1. And that is our final answer. So you should continue doing your homework in a similar fashion. You might run across problems like this over here, where you have to distribute first. So this will be the last problem we'll go over. First, what you need to do is distribute. So we're going to take this negative 4 and multiply it by everything inside the parentheses. So let me show you how that looks. Negative 4 times negative 1x. And we're going to have negative 4 times 6. Alright? And then let's do that. Negative 4 times negative 1x. Negative times negative is a positive. We get 4x. Negative 4 times 6 is negative 24. Alright? We'll bring the sign down. So we have 4x plus negative 24, and I'm bringing this down over here, equals negative 2. So this is our new equation that we're trying to solve for. Since we distributed first, let's use our strategy, draw our line. Now we're going to isolate the variable. Once we do that, we have a negative 24x. We want to move it to the other side to isolate the variable. So let's add 24 to both sides. Once we do that, this makes a 0. This over here becomes positive 22. Bring down our 4x. 4x equals 22. Last step to this problem, divide by 4. Divide by 4. And therefore x equals 5.5, or 5.5. And that would be our final answer. And we circle it, and we're done. Hope this helps you.